Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. In this video, we are going to cover the current affairs of 18th February. First question is, which section of IT Act of 2000 has been scrapped to avoid people being prosecuted? Right answer is Section 66A. So recently, the Supreme Court of India has directed all state governments to sensitize their police personnel about scrapped Section 66A of IT Act so that people are not unnecessarily arrested under this provision. If we talk about Section 66A, it was scrapped by Supreme Court of India in Shreya Singhal vs Union of India case. If we talk about Supreme Court of India, it was established in 1937 as Federal Court of India. After that, in 1950, it became the Supreme Court of India. The retirement age of Supreme Court judges is 65 and the present sanctioned strength is 30 plus 1. That means 30 judges and 1 Chief Justice of India. Presently, Mr. Ranjan Gogoi is the Chief Justice of India since October 2018. Mr. Ranjan Gogoi was also in news as he laid the foundation stone for Andhra Pradesh High Court in Amravati. Next question is, which Indian origin professor has been appointed as Director of South Africa's Nelson Mandela School of Public Governance? Right answer is Faisal Ismail. Professor Faisal Ismail, who is a well-known Indian origin global negotiator, has been appointed as the Director of renowned academic institution in South Africa. Next question is, who is the head of expert committee on determining the methodology for fixation of national minimum wage that submitted its report recently? Right answer is Mr. Anup Satpathy. The expert committee under chairmanship of Dr. Anup Satpathy has recently submitted its report on determining the methodology for fixation of national minimum wage. So it has recently submitted its report. If we talk about few other committees which were in news recently, IRDAI constituted a committee to identify systematically important insurers. Mr. Praveen Kutumbe is the head of this IRDAI committee. Apart from that, recently a committee headed by IIT Hyderabad chairman Mr. BVR Mohan Reddy has advised AICTE to stop setting up new colleges from 2020 and to review the creation of new capacity, that means creation of new colleges, every 2 years after that. Also, RBI constituted a committee for the revival of MSME sector. The chairman of this committee is Mr. UK Sinha. Mr. Sinha was a former SEBI chairman. In addition to that, RBI also constituted a committee to review the economic capital framework. Mr. Bimal Jalan is the chairman of this committee. Also, the government formed Mr. Rajiv Kumar committee to look into the selling of OIL and ONGC fields to private companies. In addition to that, recently, a National Implementation Committee was constituted under chairmanship of Home Minister to commemorate the 550th birth anniversary of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. Next question is, which of the following municipal corporations has won the first prize at Swachhta Excellence Awards 2019? Right answer is Raigad. So Raigad Municipal Corporation of Chhattisgarh has won the Swachhta Excellence Awards 2019. The Ambikapur Corporation won the second prize. If we talk about Chhattisgarh, Raipur is the capital of Chhattisgarh, and recently Chhattisgarh government was in news as it has decided to rename Naya Raipur as Atal Nagar. Apart from that, Chhattisgarh government along with West Bengal and Andhra Pradesh have withdrawn the general consent for CBI investigations. If we talk about Chhattisgarh administration, recently the former governor of Chhattisgarh, Mr. Balramji Das Tandon, passed away. After his demise, Ms. Anandiben Patel was given additional charge. She is also the governor of Madhya Pradesh. Recently, elections held in Chhattisgarh and Mr. Bhupesh Baghel became the Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh. Next question is, the researchers of which country has developed the first ant-like walking robot without GPS? Right answer is France. So the researchers from France have developed a first ant-like walking robot. The name of robot is Antbot. It can continue its functioning without GPS. GPS stands for Global Positioning System. If we talk about France, recently Father Francois Laborde has been conferred the France's highest civilian award. Apart from that, France was also in news because of Yellow Vest protest movements. France has also started GAFA tax. GAFA stands for Google, Apple, Facebook and Amazon. France was also in news as France, Germany and UK has set up a payment channel to bypass US sanctions and to continue trade with Iran. The name of payment channel is INSTEX. INSTEX stands for Instrument in Support of Trade Exchanges. France was also in news as the headquarters of Interpol is in France, and recently Mr. Kim Jong-un has become the new president of Interpol. He is from South Korea. Apart from that, the headquarters of FATF, that means Financial Action Task Force, is also in France in Paris, and recently Israel has become 38th member of FATF. Apart from that, the headquarters of UNESCO is also in France in Paris, and recently US and Israel formally left UNESCO. Next question is, Early Ed Asia 2019 was held in which of the following cities? Right answer is Jaipur. So Asia's largest childhood conference, Early Ed Asia 2019, held in Jaipur in Rajasthan. The theme of event was Our Children, Our Future. The aim of this particular conference was to provide a platform for learning and sharing the best practices of early childhood education in Asia. If we talk about education, recently Government of India announced its decision to participate in PISA after a boycott of 9 years. PISA stands for Program for International Student Assessment. India will participate in 2021 PISA. Apart from that, if we talk about education, recently MHRD, that means Ministry of Human Resource Development, has started a 70-point grading index to assess the quality of school education. If we talk about Rajasthan, Rajasthan was in news recently as it has passed 2 bills to seek to end the minimum education criteria for panchayat election, that means for rural areas, and for civic polls, that means for urban areas. Apart from that, Rajasthan was also in news because of exercise Rahat, as it was demonstrated in Jaipur, Kota and Alwar. It was a disaster relief exercise. Next question is, who has become Indian Air Force first women flight engineer? Right answer is Miss Hina Jaiswal. So Flight Lieutenant Miss Hina Jaiswal from Chandigarh has become the first woman to be inducted as a flight engineer in Indian Air Force. If we talk about Indian Air Force, it was formed on 8th of October. The headquarters of IAF is in New Delhi, and presently Mr. Birender Singh Dhanoa is the Air Chief Marshal. Indian Air Force was also in news as Chinook military helicopters will be formally inducted into Indian Air Force soon. These helicopters has been manufactured by Boeing. Chinook helicopters will be used for humanitarian assistance and for disaster relief operations. Apart from that, IAF was also in news as recently India and US Air Forces conducted exercise COP India. This exercise held in West Bengal. Indian Air Force was also in news because of its app. The name of app is MediWatch. This will provide health information, and this is first of its kind health app which has been built by any of the 3 armed forces. Next question is, who has won the men's single event at 83rd Senior National Badminton Championship 2019? Right answer is Mr. Saurav Verma. So Mr. Saurav Verma has won the men's single event at the 83rd Senior National Badminton Championship in Guwahati. If we talk about few other events related to badminton, recently Miss Saina Nehwal won the Indonesia Masters. Apart from that, recently Bengaluru Raptors has won the first ever Premier Badminton League title after defeating Mumbai Rockets. In addition to that, recently Miss PV Sindhu became the first Indian woman to win BWF World Tour title. If we talk about BWF, it is Badminton World Federation. The headquarters of BWF is in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. If we talk about Malaysia, it is a Asian country. The capital of Malaysia is Kuala Lumpur and the currency of Malaysia is Malaysian Ringgit. Malaysia was also in news as recently Sultan Abdullah became the new king of Malaysia. Malaysia was also in news as it has been stripped of the right to host the 2019 World Para Swimming Championship because it was not willing to allow Israeli athletes into the event. Next question is, where is the headquarters of National Federation of Indian Railwaymen? Right answer is New Delhi. So the headquarters of National Federation of Indian Railwaymen is in New Delhi. It was in news recently as National Federation of Railwaymen opposed the Mumbai-Ahmedabad bullet train project. Their demand is that government should first prioritize the existing train routes instead of focusing on new bullet trains. If we talk about few other events related to trains, recently Vande Bharat Express has been launched. The route of Vande Bharat Express is from New Delhi to Varanasi. It is India's first engineless train. Apart from that, India's first railway university also started operations in Vadodara, and recently Mr. Vinod Kumar Yadav became the chairman of Railway Board. In addition to that, recently Railway launched UTS on mobile app to book the unreserved tickets on mobile. Apart from that, Railway Ministry also launched e-Drishti software to keep track of the punctuality of the trains. In addition to that, recently Ustad was launched. Ustad stands for Under-Gear Surveillance through Artificial Intelligence Assisted Droid. Ustad will help railways to check the faults in trains. Next question is, India's first Agromet Forecast Center has inaugurated in which of the following states? Right answer is Karnataka. So recently it has been inaugurated in Karnataka. The main objective of this center is to provide accurate information on weather. The center has been established by Union Ministry of Earth Sciences along with IMD. IMD stands for Indian Meteorological Department. If we talk about Karnataka, the headquarters of ISRO is also in Karnataka in Bengaluru. And recently ISRO launched Human Spaceflight Center at its headquarters in Bengaluru. Apart from that, first India-Israel Innovation Center was also opened in Bengaluru in Karnataka. In addition to that, the Kaga nuclear plant of Karnataka made a world record for non-stop operation. In addition to that, recently Karnataka government launched Data City initiative to foster innovation and to solve global challenges. Thank you, and that's all for the day.